Chers auditeurs,
Dear listeners,
bonjour.
welcome in Comdarchipodcast Season 3
Saison 3, dans le monde fascinant des architectes.
and in the architectural projects.
Je suis Anne-Charlotte Deponte, passionnée d'architecture et docteur des universités en histoire de l'archi.
I am one of the spokespersons of Anne-Charlotte, who is a PhD in architecture history.
Merci
Thank you
d'être avec moi aujourd'hui.
to be with us today.
Et
And
maintenant,
now,
lundi en français, place au talent.
and Wednesday, let's talk projects. In English, of course.
Bienvenue dans Comme d'Archi.
Dear listeners, good morning. This is François on behalf of Anne-Charlotte. It's good to meet you again in Season 3 of Comme d'Archi, Episode 55, with the singular approach of the Richez Associés office. Richez Associés, founded in 1985, is today an important actor of the French scene. Its strong staff of 120 is active simultaneously on architecture, urban design, and landscape architecture. Its holistic approach combines these three disciplines and, in particular, grants Richez Associés an internationally recognized leading position on the integration of mobility in the cities. Moreover, Richez Associés stands in a key design position in the environmental and social transition underway, with expertise globally in action on the ecological footprint of buildings, sustainable development of cities, low-carbon mobilities, and biodiversity. Thomas Richez, architect, and Vincent Côté, landscape architect, are the two partners of Richez Associés. Thomas Richez completed engineering studies and then decided he wanted a job where you see what you do, which works if you do what you see, and this is precisely the role of an architect. Vincent Côté discovered the thrill of nature in his grandmother's garden in the south of Paris. He quickly understood that landscape design was his way and had to be extended to urban design, as cities are the daily environment of so many on this planet. Thomas Richez met Vincent Côté in 2002 when he hired him to collaborate on the Le Mans tramway project, completed in 2007. Le Mans was the first project of that kind Richez Associés designed. It has been followed by close to 20 others on the 5 continents. The book Tramway à la Française they wrote in 2013 shows how a careful redesign of the streetscape, from facade to facade, positively incorporates the tramway system and offers the inhabitants a new public realm, with a new way of living in greener, quieter, and more pleasant and vibrant cities. Richez Associés, in the same time, kept on being an active architect, with major commercial and residential projects in Euralille and Paris, as well as the French Embassy in Singapore. The firm track record includes in the same period important master planning and urban design commissions in Paris and Montpellier, France, and Malaysia, where a branch office was established in 1995. During the last 10 years, Richez Associés added to its tramway expertise a number of metro projects, with involvement on Metro Line 11 extension in Paris, 3 stations of Grand Paris Express, and Toulouse Line 3. In 2020, Richez Associés, leading the Hollows Consortium, was invited by Paris authorities to elaborate on the future of the Grand Paris Expressways. The view they proposed is based on the sad fact that the microparticles road traffic generates is a killer of thousands of lives each year in Grand Paris. The only way to diminish this life toll is to decrease vehicles' traffic on the expressways by grouping passengers into public buses rather than individual cars. With this reduction of the traffic, several lanes on the expressways become useless. They, of course, should not be left open to traffic. The free space gained should be affected to providing ecological services, with rainwater infiltration and abundant plantation, turning the highways from urban heat islands to biodiverse cooling corridors. Richez Associés is currently expanding this sustainable approach to local streets redesign. Together with Franck Boutet Consultants and Leonard, which is Vinci Foresight and Innovation Platform, they have been selected by ADEME to animate the elaboration of a design guide of La Rue Commune, the typical and shared tertiary street of the 21st century. Richez Associés considered in 2020 that fulfilling its mission in this transition period requires a specific organization to make sure all the best practices are incorporated in the projects and even generated when innovation is required. This is the role of Le Lab Richez Associés, in which 20 designers of the firm capitalize and diffuse project by project on 26 themes the cutting-edge skills required by Richez Associés' commitment to top quality. Both Thomas Richez and Vincent Côté are deeply involved in this movement and heartily encourage all the young architects and landscape architects conscious of these challenges to design the zero-carbon and biodiverse projects the planet requires. Dear listeners, thank you for tuning in. Let's meet again next week for a new Comme d'Archi in English. And until then, take care of yourselves. Goodbye. Thank you for listening. Thanks to Julien Rebours, sound engineer, who is collaborating with us today. Don't forget to tune in to our previews on Instagram at comdarchipodcast. If you enjoy this podcast, don't hesitate to promote it by giving it 5 stars and a little comment on Apple Podcast or on your favorite podcast platform. And above all, subscribe to listen to all of our episodes for free. See you soon, and until then, take care of yourself.